What came next was great, like no other opportunity I'd had. It was a really important time in my life. My first real job, and it was at a startup. Very interesting place, great people. They'd been around for about a year when I started. Their thing was collecting data on city parking. One of the founders was a serious stats guy. He'd started this project in grad school. He kept track of parking on campus, and it got to the point where he'd developed a model for predicting when parking would be tight somewhere and where you should park instead. It was this machine learning thing, really advanced. They wanted to apply it to cities to help drivers and improve planning. Great idea all around. I was psyched those guys wanted to bring me on. They'd convinced the city government to let them do a trial with a few neighborhoods. That's why they were able to hire me. They needed someone to help manage all the information coming in. We had people, interns, who biked around. They wrote down when spots would get taken and when they'd free up. I'd take all their sheets and get them into our database. The computer model would crunch the numbers and produce some reports. Getting there, it was vindicating. I had this really specific picture in my head of where I wanted to be. I wasn't sure I'd be able to find it. I didn't think I'd actually get offered the job. The first few months were rocky. We were under lots of pressure, mostly because of this contract. It was their first real deal and the only money coming in. There was a lot to do and a lot to figure out. I was working a ton, and pretty much every day we were changing the process somehow. We changed the forms or the schedules or the routes. It was a lot to keep up with, but it was also exhilarating. That's startup life for you. I was having fun. And the founders were great. They really took care of me. Things got better after the first few milestones. The planning office started getting excited about the product. They were talking about extending our contract. That alone would have kept us running for a few more years. When I talked to my friends, I was always excited. It was shooting out of me. They were happy for me. I wanted them to be happy for me. I'd rattle off everything that was so great about the job. I might have been tired all the time, but I didn't think it mattered. I was doing exactly what I set out to do. After a while, I started listening to myself talk. Right from the start, plenty to do. Moving this fast, it's all good. Everyone's smart, I'm one of them. Found my way in, it's all good. This is the place I want to be, where I'll be sure to grow. This could be big, now it's my turn. I'm on the in, it's all good. More than a gig, more like a life. Stuck to my plan, it's all good. This is the place I want to be, where I'll be sure to grow. It's everything I'd want to see. How could I say no? Drew the right card, learning so much, all in the plan, it's all good. Working so hard, settling down, time goes so fast, it's all good. It's everything I'd want to see. How could I say, how could I say, how could I say no? I'd been running for a while. I really never had a chance to stop and think. I'd been unemployed for so long, I would have taken anything that came my way. It was great that I found the sort of thing I wanted, but I just threw myself at it. Don't get me wrong, it was a great opportunity. I learned a ton, but it wasn't clicking. I wanted to feel passionate about that job. I just felt distant. I stuck around for the money. I had to. Things dragged on. I felt slow. It took a while before it hit me. It was so simple. I didn't need to be doing this. I mean, I know I said I needed the money. I didn't need to be doing this working for other people and waiting for opportunities to be handed to me. I knew for a while that I was an entrepreneur, but it took all this to decide to act like one. I started looking around, again, being deliberate. This time, it wasn't to see what was out there, but what could be out there. I was taking control. That's when the store began.